Okay, let's talk about Unit 6, Lesson 2, standard form of an equation. So the standard form of an equation will have x and y on the same side. So a and b are going to be coefficients of x and y, and c is going to be a constant value. Slope-intercept form is when y is isolated. Y equals mx plus b. So y is all by itself. So both forms have their uses, and we just need to know both of them. So sometimes you're going to be given standard form and they want you to turn it into slope-intercept form. So in that case, we're going to use inverse operations to move the terms that are by the y and get them on the other side of the equal sign. So let's look at the first example. All they want us to do is write the slope-intercept form of the linear equation. So our goal is to get y alone. So what that means is we need to move the 2x term and we need to move the 3. So we always want to add or subtract first. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. So 2x minus 2x does go away. We are left with 3y. And you can write either term first. I'm just going to go ahead and write the x term first. The 3 is positive, so I'll write plus 3. Next, the 3 and the y are being multiplied, so the inverse operation is to divide by 3. Now when you divide all terms by 3. So you are left with y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. And you should always simplify your fractions. And now our equation is in slope-intercept form. So let's look at our second example. Same idea. We want to move the x term and the negative 5. So we're always going to add or subtract first. So I'm going to subtract 1x or just x from both sides. Now what remains is negative 5y, and we just write them side by side. Since they're not like terms, we cannot combine them. Next, since those are being multiplied, we're going to divide every term by negative 5. So we are left with y equals a negative divided by negative is 1/5 x, and then positive 3. So here is our slope-intercept form. On examples 3 and 4, there's a little bit of simplifying that needs to happen first. So we are going to distribute the 2/5 x. So I get y minus 5, 2/5 times x, and then 2/5 times 4 is 8/5. The last step, we want to add 5 to both sides. Now, you're welcome to use a calculator, or 5 is the same as 25 over 5 if you don't have a calculator available. So we are left with y equals 2/5 x, and then plus 17/5. The last example, these are all just numbers, so I'm going to subtract 8, so y equals 1. Now, that doesn't have a slope, but that's okay. Y is still isolated, and that was our goal. All right, let's practice writing the other form. So standard form, what our goal is we want to get x and y on the same side of the equals. Now, there are 2 different correct answers, so if your signs are not the same, they might be completely opposite, and that's still correct. So what I notice is I've got y on the left and the x on the left of the equals. So that means that we want to move the 2 to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 2. So we get negative y minus 2x equals negative 2. Now, that is an acceptable answer. Now, some people don't like to have negatives as their coefficients, so your other choice is to leave, I'm going to write it again, is to leave the 2, and then we're going to move the x and the y term to the other side. So in that case, I'm going to add y, and I'm going to add 2x. So we are left with 2 equals y plus 2x, and that is also an acceptable answer. So notice both of these are correct, but they're opposite signs. So there is more than one correct answer. All right, let's look at example 6. I'm going to leave the number on the left. I'm going to move the x with the other term so y can stay positive. So I'm going to add x and add x. So we get 35 equals 8y plus x. Remember, addition is commutative, so it does not matter if you put the x first or the y. They will both be correct. I could have also had x plus 8y equals 35. So our goal was just to get x and y on the same side.